Figured it's been a little while since I did an update. Been working on this trunk lid for the past week or two on and off. Come out here, lay a coat of filler, sand it, lay a coat of filler, call it quits, pretty much. I hate body work. Anybody want to come do this for me? I'm regretting stripping this thing down completely. If anyone remembers, there was a dent here that had to be fixed. And that happened whenever the car got brought to the house and unloaded off the trailer. This trash can was sitting here as like a buffer in case it got away, because the car didn't have brakes or anything, and we were just kind of lowering it down. And well, we were impatient and didn't want to use the come along to slowly lower it down, so we used a rope, and well, the rope snapped and it came flying down the trailer and hit the trash can and nailed that little dent. The bumper, I think, or it might have been the trash can that did that, I don't remember. But anyways, the trash can did put the dent on the lid and knocked off one of the letters. I was planning on doing away with the lettering anyways, the Mustang across the trunk lid. I'm going pretty much badgeless on this car. Dechroming, debadging, anywhere where there was polished or chrome trim will now be either brushed, stainless or aluminum, or powder coated black, Cerakoted, whatever, epoxy, something black. But anyways, I shouldn't have stripped this trunk because I think it was fairly in good shape. There was no rust anywhere on it, which I didn't know. I thought there might be rust underneath it somewhere like the hood had. It didn't. So now I'm spending lots of time getting this straight again. And my filler skills are not that great. I don't know how people can work this shit for what seems like 5-10 minutes easy, maybe even 15 minutes it almost seems like, where they can just, I've seen people skim the whole trunk and they just make a huge pile of filler on the board and just lay it down, and they're sitting here working it for like 5-10 minutes, getting it all nice and smooth. Me, I can't do it for 5 minutes before it starts doing this little peel up shit. Can't do it. So I got to do little sections at a time. It's taking me forever. I don't know if I'm following instructions on mixing filler. You pretty much just do your little 4-inch, 5-inch puddle and then do a line across it with the hardener. I don't know. But this is it's a bitch. I'm trying to do filler to bare metal on this since I have it down to bare metal, and then get it near flat. I don't need to get it perfectly bodied flat, because I've already had to take surface rust off of this thing several times, and I'm sure that the Bondo is soaking in moisture because I live in a humid ass area. So I want to try to get this thing flat-ish quickly so I can get epoxy on it to seal it. Then afterwards, once I get it on the car, I'll have to do more body work to make it blend to the quarters anyways, so I'll worry about blocking it out perfect come time for actual paint. I'm more or less trying to get this thing to where it's decently smooth, no like holes, raised areas like this, these lines. Get it to where I don't really care if it's got some low areas or some wave to it. I'll fix that later. I want to just get it where it's no pinholes and shit all in it. And I don't have a polyester primer yet. I'm not worrying about buying that stuff until it comes time for actual paint. But this is what I'm working on. If anyone has any tips for me on how to do this better, pretty much I've watched a couple videos and I've seen where my main thing is it seems like it's hardening quicker than it should be. I don't know why. Maybe I'm taking too long mixing it. I don't know. I pour it out, harden it, I fold it over, blend it to color quick. It only takes me about 30 seconds to a minute to get it to color. So it doesn't seem like it's that long. I keep it out, from what I've read, keep it as flat and not balled up on the board, because apparently the bigger the ball, it hardens quicker. Lay it out, smooth it out as quick. You want to obviously press it in for the first swipe, then smooth it over the next, kind of spread it and get it built up to the height you want afterwards. Then once it starts to cure, from what I read, you can take lacquer thinner and kind of wipe over it, which for me it doesn't work that well because I don't lay my shit down that smooth, so it tears the rag and makes more of a mess. But you can lacquer thinner over it to get the solvents that lift to the top off, so it doesn't gum up your paper. then you can brush it and take like 36 grit and go over before it's cured up and just kind of roll over to get any of the roughness away and to get it to ballpark smooth before it actually fully cures hard, and it'll kind of ball it up. Then you can go back over it with 36, 80, so on. But in my arsenal, I'm running this doohickey that I'm thinking came from either Northern Tool or Harbor Freight. I might end up buying another one, that Baxter one from Harbor Freight. Joe Daddy uses it, seems to do pretty good. Dual action, an orbital, and I've got, I think, 60 on this, 80 on this, 80 on this. I might end up putting 36 back on this to start knocking down stuff faster. Using 36 on this, 80 on this big block. And then I was using this little 80 or 180 to get in these little tight areas where I couldn't deal well. But this face is fairly flat. I mean, it's still got a low area. Actually, I haven't sanded over this where you see the darkness. I haven't sanded it, blocked over this front yet since I've wiped it, but I'm sure it's still got a little bit of a low spot somewhere in here where the dent was. Yeah, I'm hopefully get this done over this Christmas break. I got 2 more days after today that I'm off work, and then I'm off New Year's, so I'm hoping to have this thing epoxied, then get the hood epoxied. I'm probably just gonna throw epoxy on it as it is. It doesn't really have any dents or anything that I want to really block out. This front lip is jacked, and I don't really know what I want to do with it. If I'm just gonna leave it as is and just put the trim over it to cover up this jacked up lip. Sorry, my shitty camera work. I've got to fix this with something. I don't know if the chrome piece will cover it or not, but yeah, you see the surface rust already coming up on this damn thing. But I want to do the hood and the trunk epoxy at the same time. And I showed this off last time, but still waiting. My buddy has to order another fill tube for this. I need to get my battery. Battery's mounted. If anyone knows some good looking caps for these posts, I need to cap these posts off. I won't be using those. I'll be using these. And I also need to find the bolts that go in these. I don't even know what thread it is. I'm hoping I can get some decent looking, maybe just probably not stainless, probably go with something aluminum maybe or something, I don't know. But something that looks decent on those. These will have a boot over it anyways to cover it, but, and of course I showed that last time. Brought my wiring out here so I can start that, and yeah, so it'll be rolling soon on this area. And the motor hasn't changed any. I still got to put my flywheel, clutch, flex plate, all that goodness on. And that's pretty much it for now. I'll be doing, like I said, this and the hood first before I move on to anything else. Still need to bleed my brakes again. Still need to get rid of this body cart frame jig. If anybody's interested in it, let me know. Throw me an offer. Need this thing gone. It's in the way, taking up space. Also have a Champion radiator for a 68 if somebody's interested in that. I might end up just having my buddy do some weld work on it and change the fittings over to the other side for me. And just reuse it, because I have all the mounts for it. Might be easier. I do have another radiator up top here that I don't know if the inlet and outlet are in the right spot, but they're like these Honda posts. I think this went to like an import. I don't even know what core it is. It's an old eBay special. Had it forever. They sent me the wrong one way back when and then told me to keep the damn thing. So, but all right. Thanks for watching, guys.